Hey folks, and welcome back to our channel where we dive into discussions that are out of the ordinary. And in today's video, we are getting into the recent news of Nikki Haley withdrawing from the 2024 elections and the noteworthy comments made by Grandpa Donald Trump regarding her supporters. Now, despite Haley's departure from the race, Trump's response to her supporters raised eyebrows, considering their crucial role in potential electoral success. Despite the initial reservations, Trump eventually extended an invitation to them to consider supporting his candidacy. So if you are interested to have this discussion, let's dive into the details of this intriguing development. Get ready for the insightful video unraveling the complexities of this political maneuver. Welcome to our channel where we turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. And if you're ready, smash that like button and let's get started.
Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, got a $5 million from Ukraine. That's why we're sending $200 billion back to that same country. The fact of the matter is the Republican Party is not that much better. You have the likes of Nikki, who stepped down from her time at the UN. Bankrupt or in debt was her family. Then she becomes a military contractor. She joins the board of Boeing and otherwise, and is now a multimillionaire. So I think that that's wrong when Republicans do it or Democrats do it. That's the choice we face. Do you want a leader from a different generation who's going to put this country first? Or do you want Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels?
All right,
In
Mr.
which case, we've got two of them on stage tonight. Well, I want to laugh at why Nikki Haley didn't answer your question, which is about looking at families in the eye. In the last debate, she made fun of me for actually joining TikTok while her own daughter was actually using the app for a long time. So you might want to take care of your family first.
Leave my daughter out of your voice.
Adult daughter. The next generation of Americans are using it. And that's actually the point. You have her supporters propping her up. That's fine. One thing that Jen and Nikki Haley have in common is that neither of them could even state for you 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for. Look at that. This is what I want people to understand. These people have, she has no idea what the hell the names of those provinces are, but she wants to send our sons and daughters and our troops and our military equipment to go fight it. So reject this myth that they've been selling you, that somebody had a cup of coffee stint at the UN and then makes $8 million after, has real foreign policy experience. It takes an outsider to see this through. Look at the blank expression. She doesn't know the names of the provinces that she... Nikki's campaign launch video sounded like a woke Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light ad talking about how she would kick in heels. At the first debate, she said that only a woman can get this job done. That's what she said. After the third debate, when I criticized Ronna McDaniel after 5 failed years of leadership of this party, and criticized Nikki for her corrupt foreign dealings as a military contractor, she said that I have a woman problem. Nikki, I don't have a woman problem. You have a corruption problem. And I think that that's what people need to know is corrupt. This is a woman who will send your kids to die so she can buy a bigger house. This is the problem. Using identity politics more effectively than Kamala Harris is a form of intellectual fraud. And it actually needs to end. There's our donor puppet masters wielding their puppet right up here tonight. This is how this game is played. The puppet masters put up their puppet.
I am filled with the gratitude for the outpouring of support we've received from all across our great country. But the time has now come to suspend my campaign. It is now up to Donald Trump to earn the votes of those in our party and beyond it who did not support him. And I hope he does that. At its best, politics is about bringing people into your cause, not turning them away. And our conservative cause badly needs more people. This is now his time for choosing. In this campaign, I have seen our country's greatness. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, America. God bless you.
Yeah, yikes. Yesterday, after attacking Nikki Haley and her supporters, Donald Trump said that he doesn't need any Nikki Haley voters and that they're going to vote for him anyway. This is crazy. Take a look at the clip.
You've talked about trying to unify the party. How do you bring these Nikki Haley voters, some of whom voted for you in 2020 but say they don't want to now? How do you bring them back into the tent?
They're going to all vote for me again. They're going to all vote for me again, everybody. And I'm not sure we need too many.
Yeah, did you hear that? Moderate Republicans, conservatives, Nikki Haley supporters? Donald Trump doesn't care about you. He's taking you for granted. He's like, yeah, we don't need them, and they're gonna vote for me anyway. But you know who's not taking Nikki Haley supporters for granted? Joe Biden, because this is the statement he put out in response to Nikki Haley dropping out. He said, Donald Trump made it clear that he doesn't want Nikki Haley's supporters. I want to be clear, there is a place for them in my campaign. Joe Biden is welcoming Nikki Haley supporters with open arms. All of us are. All of us are. So look, to all of the Nikki Haley supporters out there, we probably don't agree on everything, but that's okay, because Donald Trump is saying that he doesn't need you, he doesn't care about you, but Joe Biden and the people on the Democratic side are welcoming you. Come on over. We'll welcome you with open arms, I promise.
So, Nikki Haley, the former South Carolina governor, made the decision to suspend her campaign for the 2024 presidential race following disappointing results in the Super Tuesday primary contest, where she only managed to secure victory in Vermont. With this move, she effectively conceded the Republican nomination to former President Donald Trump. In her address, Haley expressed gratitude for the widespread support she had received that acknowledged that it was time to step back from the race. So she basically dropped out. Now, despite her decision, she maintained a resolute stance, expressing no regrets and reaffirming her commitment to championing the causes she holds dear. Notably, she refrained from making an endorsement, opting instead to urge Trump to work towards earning the support of both Republican and independent voters who had rallied behind her. So basically, Nimarata was trying to advise Donald Trump to find a better way of uniting people rather than dividing them. And you know how Trump can get sometimes with his words of wisdom. He ends up bringing divide instead of uniting people. With Haley's exit, the stage was set for the general election, with Trump and President Joe Biden emerging as the unofficial frontrunners of their respective parties early in the primary season. As she transitioned back to private life, Haley expressed gratitude for the opportunity to participate in the political process and anticipated Trump's formal nomination as the Republican candidate. She extended congratulations to him and expressed her hope for a united front, emphasizing that the nation's unity should prevail over political differences. Now, with that statement made, I'm pretty sure in her mind she's like, anything can happen right now, so I just have to say these words to Trump. You might never know, he might just emerge victorious in the elections. But at the same time, it's good to see that she left some positive words for him. Now, looking at the videos that we've lined up in the reaction videos, I couldn't help but wonder if the debate that Nikki Haley had with Vivek Ramaswamy had anything to do with changing people's perceptions about not cheering on for her, because that debate was very, very brutal on Nikki Haley's side. And you know, in one of the clips you can see her face like she was looking rather off because of what Vivek was saying about her. So I couldn't help but wonder if that had anything to do with changing people's perceptions. But at the same time, looking at her legacy as a person, she has a controversial past, and I think that also played a role in why she's dropping out of the race. You know, it's better to just drop out instead of continuing on using resources that won't amount to anything. Anyways, you can tell me your thoughts in the comments as we carry on. Now, let's shift our focus to the ever outspoken nature of Grandpa Trump. Love him or hate him, he's certainly not one to mince his words. In the land of the free, everyone's entitled to their own opinions, and Trump's never been shy about sharing his. But lately, he's been making waves with his comments about Nikki Haley supporters. You see, despite needing a strong base of supporters to secure victory in the upcoming elections, Trump's confidence seems unwavering, you know. But instead of just sticking to positive rhetoric, he's thrown in some rather dramatic statements that might have rubbed Nikki Haley supporters the wrong way. It's a curious move, you know, despite the fact that he knows that he needs people and he can't win the elections alone. So why the need for such divisive language? It's left many wondering if Trump's self-assurance is blinding him to the importance of unity with the Republican ranks. But just when it seemed like tensions were at a boiling point, Trump pivoted with characteristic bravado. He extended an olive branch to those he had previously criticized, inviting them to join his MAGA movement. Despite facing initial backlash for his remarks, Trump remained undeterred in his quest to unify the party, recognizing the importance of a united front in the upcoming election. He urged those who had supported Haley to set aside their differences and rally behind them. So, love him or hate him, Trump's strategy for stirring the pot while simultaneously extending an invitation to join his movement is classic. And as the election season heats up, only time will tell if his efforts to bridge the divide will bear fruit. With that being said, folks, our video is intended to foster education and promote awareness rather than sway political opinions. We strive to provide informative discussions that encourage understanding and dialogue. Today's conversation centered around Nikki Haley's decision to step down and the remarks made by Donald Trump regarding her supporters. We value your thoughts and invite you to share them in the comments. If you found today's content engaging, we kindly ask you to show us your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, take care and stay informed.